should have just killed Morgan.
It's over.
So,
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea where we're even at.
I just arrived at the village of Ogresses.
This is the wrong campaign, friend.
No, I'm pretty sure that's what happened. Morgan died to like the weirdo creatures that we tried to fight, and then I ended up at a village full of like 7-foot tall ogresses.
Yes, no isekai.
So,
Yeah, I think I was transporting some insane weapons somewhere.
Yes, Kralikova
yeah, that's right. Harmu had like Harmu was
found
like
Beasts from Beyond weapons and dragged them to town. And Perseus tried to talk to big scary alien monster things. And I think lost 4 men to them? Because they got turned
was only
into
3.
paste.
I think, wasn't it only 3?
No, I don't remember. Expect you to knock them off your HP as soon as you can. But
I'm pretty sure it was 3.
it was 3 or 4. Then you and Felix promptly retreated from that encounter. So, now you're in a woods. Swamp. Let's say you guys just kept on running past that little area there, just to be sure. You find yourselves once again in the middle of the swamp. 3 of your men turn to literal paste by Beast from Beyond weaponry as you tried to negotiate for some reason with the as you tried to seduce the red dragon.
Look, it was honestly a great attempt, all things considered.
Yeah, Perseus been watching too much Doctor Who.
It's fine. This like terrible creature's fine. We'll figure it out.
So, I think what is Dirge? Dirge went and spoke to Big One Eye, and One Eye eventually returned to the town with Sparrow, and then said sorry, and left to go find his friend. I think he came back with him too. So now you got a big river dragon and a small river dragon.
Yeah, I think they are ferrying me across.
That is right. You wanted to ferry yourself across the river, right? To the west?
East.
East, yes. I always get this mixed up. I don't know why.
Weast.
Okay. So, who wants to take it? You know what? Everybody roll a d20.
Alexa, roll me a d20.
Alright, if this is a nat 20, I am actually in the ogre village, so. I'm in the ogre village, but they're all Fudos. That's my compromise.
I have Dix as tall as you. Well, Harmu, or Kralikova. You spoke to him about transporting those weapons. Did you actually begin?
Yeah, he came back and we started like I remember ending up here. I don't know why I'm back in town.
I didn't move you, so.
At what point did you fall asleep, Harvey?
I actually passed out that day.
Explains a lot. Dirge, are you going with Kralikova, or are you doing something else?
No, I think we think I got to the dragon, and then he was all fucking mad. So yeah, let's go with Kralakova.
Okay.
Oh, so did the dragon come back to us saying sorry? We
Yeah.
The
kind of
dragon is coming with us.
yeah. He ate one of the men.
He a good boy.
All right. Sorry. So both of you move towards that direction.
Also, uh, have you guys noticed how fucking big the icons are for Roll20 now? It's like huge.
Icons.
They are the same.
Really? For me, it's like fucking huge.
Try setting your zoom to 100%.
Okay, never mind. I thought it was like a UI thing, but no, it was just me being stupid.
All right. The old man roleplay is getting some in real life. All right. So you and Kralakova move in that
What
direction.
it's what no $1.50 hot dog does to a fucker.
Well, you just gotta go get one earlier. So as soon as we start playing. Perseus and Felix, what are you guys doing now?
Feeling relaxing, maxing all tool.
A couple of guys. We're up to no good. Holy fuck, man. What a disaster. I think we were running. We just ran the fuck away and you were like, we're ending this session now.
Yeah.
Kill
You
yourselves, you
guys.
fucking retards.
It's been like, let's say you guys found a place to stop. You guys hid. You let like half an hour pass by. There's no signs of beasts following you. Now, what are you up to?
Trying to figure out what to do next. Fucking.
The negotiations were short.
They were short and they were unsuccessful. I don't know that we want to go back that way anytime soon. We don't have anything to do, or we don't have anything we can give the what's it called people. We decided we're not giving them a sacrifice, right? Out of character, I'm trying to remember what our decision was on the sacrifice.
I don't remember. I don't think you guys really molded over or made a decision. I know that you wanted to find a legionnaire, but I mentioned that
There like has to be an
Happy
innocent.
insisted it'd be someone more, innocent.
I'm gonna give him Felix. A cat is fine too, right? Alright, so no, that's I don't know, Felix, what do we do now exactly? We can return to the village and lick our wounds. We can camp here and
We
hold
can
on
go
a
see
little
what the
bit.
villagers have to say.
Yeah, we probably should report what we ran
They
into.
might be interested in knowing how your negotiations went.
They might be interested.
Okay, so you head back towards the village.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, move 5 hexes in the direction you're taking. Conveniently avoiding Relikrova, so I could just force you guys to all go to the east.
Why are you going over there? What the fuck's wrong with you?
Because that's the village we were talking about.
No, we're not going to that village. Not that village. Those guys, we're gonna leave them alone for now. Going back to
That's why, yeah, they might enjoy hearing about how it went.
I don't think they will. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think they want to hear, hey, there's fucking weirdos in this village. Actually, it might be more useful to tell them that, but
All right.
I'll go back to the main village. You can go tell the fucking those weirdos in Pappy what you saw and see what they tell you.
Okay. You opt to go back towards the village in the direction of the trees, more or less the marsh. Urge, you're with Kralikova. It's new day. You guys are traveling. Kralikova and Dirge, go ahead and move the direction you wish to go. Same with you, Felix and Perseus.
I'm just following the little girl.
Yeah, that little girl with the giant
You
fucking.
might want to be careful about choosing your words.
I'm sorry. I am stalking the lolly.
Hell yeah, brother.
Duh.
All right.
There is it. Is it much more clearer?
There's Master Roshi out there in the fields.
Be told to choose your choice of words and then make them worse. It's always the play. Yep, you continue. You all continue your travels. Nothing particularly special happens in either direction. Go ahead and move another 5 hexes. As the party splits up in 2 entirely different regions. Never had that happen before.
And we were split up before.
Yeah, but it's just like usually people split up in towns, not so much split up
Did-
leaving towns.
No, we were in town and they were over here, and now we're over here and they are in town.
Yeah. Because like I said, take a very convenient path that leads you away from Kralikova. You make it to the river Kralikova. As the sun is high in the sky.
Yeah, I'm also high after all that swamp fume.
You like exit the swamp and immediately begin smelling copper.
Interesting. As you approached, did Big Eye One Eye say he was gonna go with you or meet you there?
Go with us.
Okay. As you approach the river, you'll see. As you not approach the river, but as you approach this opening, this clear area here, that your token is standing in, you'll notice down the road there will be a single beast from beyond the trees, walking up the northward path from down here. Very far off, though. But, you, Dirge, your men, and Big One Eye can get into the river before it even approaches you guys. Might slow down, kind of
Everyone.
just peer at you guys from far, but
Like, is that those retards again? Is that those two Looney Tunes?
Everyone roll sanity.
I pass.
Yeah, I passed too.
I pass. You still take 10 sanity damage. Okay. I love
Damn,
that.
10 sanity damage is enough for
A break.
insanity. For a new insanity for you.
Mm-hmm.
So now you have maladies of the mind. And you have like fucking episodes of schizophrenia every so often.
I think I like Delta Green. There are things that need to be fixed about it.
Like what?
Like how how fucked up you get from sanity loss. How easy it is to get that sanity loss, but for a different time. Felix and Perseus, you guys make it to the village. Is there anything you wish to do there?
I forgot the small diminutive's name. The lady that's in charge.
Sparrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna go look for Sparrow.
I'll just go with Felix. Wait, not Felix, Perseus, and Felix.
I do what I want, John.
Right, quick question. Can you use diminutives as on a whole?
Probably, yeah. I imagine the size difference is there.
Good lord.
I imagine a mid-man would have a better time with that. Well, yeah. So you go looking for Sparrow.
I don't even remember where I last saw Sparrow, actually.
Sparrow is unironically with us and the dragons.
I knew she wasn't. I knew out of character that she was someplace that wasn't the village, but
Is she actually with you guys?
Yeah, she's riding one eye.
there was like, yeah, she rode him into the village, but I forget what happened after that.
Are you sure she's with you guys?
Yeah, she's riding one eye.
Okay, yep. Yeah, you will find that Sparrow's not in town.
It's fucking over, Rose.
But you will be told that she left with Krelikov and Dirge to go to the River Farmer village.
We know that's the direction we just came from, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so we should probably go meet up with them in case they run into those creatures again.
We're gonna cross the river and he's gonna go.
Dude, we're gonna get raped again. We're gonna hit right as the fucking. No way.
Alright, well, what do you guys do from here? Or are you gonna actually leave now?
Well, we need to go find them. Because if they run into those things, then we stood no chance. So they're. I doubt they'll stand any better a chance.
But we have 2 dragons.
That's true, actually. Fucking. One shot of them would be like, yeah, just don't die, lol. Just fucking have a dragon. XD.
Okay.
So,
Felix and Perseus, you attempt to catch up with the people that left. I could say you could move in double time. So you can move 10 hexes if you want, but that will incur penalties. That'll make you suffer penalties until you have a rest or camp.
I'm good with not suffering penalties. I'm like,
Right. Just
we're drilled and well trained. We're gonna move at the correct pace.
move 5 hexes. You can start from the most the eastmost village hex if you want. Only makes sense. Okay. And then now, Dirge and Krelikova, you can go ahead and cross that river. Oh, yes, we must talk about the logistics of this, huh? How many weapons do you have?
Isn't it like a deep water here?
Yes, this is very deep water.
We have. I have. Well, my team has 2. Dirge has 1. Herod has 1, and Dirge's men have 1.
So what's the total?
I don't know. I can't count. I think it's 5.
All right. So One Eye can take 2 of them in his mouth. Riding him while keeping them secure might be difficult.
Now we can just do the usual crossing multiple times.
Okay. I'll say you can cross 3 times.
All right. I mean, we have the other dragon. That is bigger.
Yes, but he is much smaller.
Right.
Lucky is smaller.
No, wasn't he bigger than?
No, One Eye is huge. Lucky is like
Oh.
maybe Dirge's size.
Okay, so
Wait, who's Lucky?
It's a much smaller dragon. River dragon.
Ah.
It's One Eye's friend. His little buddy.
little bro.
During this, you'll notice this beast pays you guys no attention. It passes on by. Somewhere around where you guys are like halfway across the river on the way back.
Does he say howdy?
Sure.
Okay. I howdy back at him.
But is it a Meowdy?
That's Felix's thing. So he passes by. You guys cross 3 times and get 3 weapons across.
Wait, wouldn't that be 6?
6? Did I say you can carry 2?
Yeah.
Did. Yes. You guys get all your
Okay, we
weapons
have
across.
5, so yeah.
Perseus, Felix, go ahead and move 5 hexes.
Do we see them anywhere at the river?
Yes, by the time that you guys get to the river, you will notice off in the distance a large river dragon hitting the shore, and a bunch of, people trying to pick up some swords and begin to haul them.
Well, I looked down the road to the exact spot we just fought those creatures at. Only one crossing. Do we see anything in the area for those creatures or signs of when we fought them?
Well, that's pretty far up the ways. You can assume these hexes are a decent distance. But why don't you go ahead and make me an intelligence check?
Aren't they like 100
Oh,
feet?
no. Let me pull up I forgot to open my sheet. 1 second.
Are the hexes
I
100
remember my
feet?
intelligence was low, but I remember how low.
It might be
It's low.
different in the actual combat compared to this overmap.
Oh no.
And I was literally trying to cast 2 hexes away from a legion, and I was
Yeah.
told that was too much distance.
In combat, it might be different from this, or in the combat maps, I should say. It should be different from
literally
this
this map, though.
overmap. Are you sure?
Well, the other map with the many villages.
Yeah, because that was a combat map. This is
Okay.
just like an overmap. Wow.
Actually,
Nothing comes to mind.
how do you get a plus 15? Actually, never mind.
The 2 sharpest knives in the tool shed.
Because you said roll intelligence.
Mm-hmm. And you rolled poorly. Well,
So we're retarded. We don't even remember where we fought them.
Dirge, Karlakova, it's your guys' move. What are you doing?
What are these?
That is the village to the east. The those little green barn things, just indicators of its location.
Okay. I
Those are
am
the
gonna
guys we're looking for, right?
go over there and scout it out with Krellikova.
Okay. Well, you do that. Perseus and Felix, what are you guys doing?
Oh, down the road we go. Felix.
Down the river we go.
Fucking continue marching on towards the crossing.
Mm-hmm. And why don't you move another 5 hexes as night falls?
Like almost there.
And I think that was 2 times, and 1, 2. Okay. You don't need to move anymore. Just making sure I know. Alright, let's see. Let us get into this camp. Which camp is this? Alright, okay. You guys come in from over there? Alright, let me just wrangle up your tokens. Probably should have done this ahead of time. Just put all your tokens in there. This. Any tokens? I think I lost 1 token in this copy. Okay. You guys, dirge as you roll up the corner of this forest here. You go ahead of everybody.
Yep.
Okay. You rush on ahead of your crew. You get some scouting on. And you see a large, somewhat tame area of the swamp. And in just a second. So, you pop up here. And you see, as far as you can see, you can probably see all the way past this area from where you're standing, the trees all the way at the end. It's not a problem. It's pretty clear. The trees that you're on is sort of higher in elevation. It's a little tree and hilly area that you stand on, and you see buildings, you see rivers, you see structures along these small rivers. You see a lot of people working on the edges and within the rivers.
Okay, I tell Krellikova.
I'm sorry, what? I missed that.
I tell Kara,
No, not you. What Poppy said.
Uh, the point from which Sturge is standing on, he has a sort of vantage point over this entire little like swamp valley here. He just sees a bunch of stuff. He sees people in the rivers working them, doing something in them. He can't see exactly what they are, even though
Right.
this guard over here in this little post seems to be guarding over some stuff. But from what you were told, this is a farming village. And whatever they do here, they farm all sorts of waterborne creatures for food and sustenance.
Right. Can I approach?
Yes. Where are you going to? Who are you approaching? What are you doing?
Uh, I I approach the guard and ask. I mean, I give my greetings and then ask if there is a smith in town.
He looks at you as you approach, and he raises the javelin at the ready. Who are you, and what have you come here for?
I
Then you
want to
tell
see
him,
if they have any flags of the Legion.
you don't notice any Legion flags. Uh, Give me an awareness. No, perception check.
Give me a hum int check.
Hello, perception check.
Okay, hold on.
I don't know what your perception is,
I
but that
do
would
not
definitely be
have
nice.
my perception. Let me open up my perception.
Well, I mean, unless your perception is 2, you pass. And that's impossible. So, you scan the valley here for signs of Legion flags, and you don't see anything. You don't see anything that would lead you to think that they are Legion. But once you get your sheet up, go ahead and roll me an awareness check as well.
Is that me or him?
Him.
Okay.
Or I can tell you that your awareness is 6.
Okay. Hold on. I'm trying to find my document. Yeah, my perception is 11. So yeah.
Yep. I mean, I also have your documents up. But make an awareness check too, Dirge.
Wait, what did you say?
Make an awareness check.
Got it. Nope.
That's not right. Yeah. So, you can't find any signs of like Legion flags, but despite that, as you're kind of looking around, you do see some more, or pick out some more like groups of people out here. And Karakova, you come up and say your piece to him, and as he raises his javelin, looking at you like, "Why are you here?" And he's like, you.
Yeah,
We're not
we
Legion.
mean no harm. No, we're not. We are from the east. We are kind of fighting the Legion, but right now we are in search of a smith.
You come looking for
And
Smith.
Yes, I've been told that you guys are very good at smithing.
Yes, indeed, we are very good at smithing. But we are in middle of strife. You come at a bad time.
Well, I am looking for a smith, so maybe we could help you out and you could help us back later.
He thinks about it. Kind of ponders over whether or not he should even bother, but he turns to one of his cohorts and seems to whisper something at him, and his friend leaves. Then he looks towards you. You just wait right there.
Sure enough.
Alright. Some time passes. Maybe like 30 minutes. The guy returns and he sort of, I want to say argues with, but talks in a more energetic tone with the guard that you were speaking to. He nods his head, like, he looks at you, and he looks at you too, Dirge. And are One Eye and Lucky nearby, or did you guys leave them in the tree lines?
They should be by the tree lines.
Okay. And do you have your soldiers with you? I assume the answer is yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
The chieftain will talk to one of you, but just the one.
Sure. Pick whichever you want to talk to.
They look at each other. You, small one, you go on.
Alright.
He points to someone. Help the small thing cross the river. A few guys will actually kind of pick you up underarm, as this water is much deeper than you are tall. And escort you across to here. And then they will take you to their leader, which is, let's see, over here. And from there, you'll also notice that plenty of people in the area. A lot of them look like they're ready for something to happen. But they bring you into a building which for some reason didn't render when I printed this image out for this background here. You will meet with Spearmaker the Lesser. Who, let's see, where is Discord? Where is, looks like, oops, wrong chat. This. A much younger guy, much younger than everyone else around him. That as you are brought in to speak to him, he is already pounding away at the head of a spear.
All right. Greetings. My name is Kralikova. I come from the east, and I am currently looking in for the help of a smith. I was told you guys were particularly good at smithing, and I made my way over here. I've also been told that you are currently in some strife. I offered the help of me and my men, and so I was brought here.
He continues to just sort of hammer away at this spearhead. He stops for a minute, takes it, throws it off into a pile throws it off to a little crate full of these spearheads, grabs another piece of metal, and starts pounding away. And then looks at you. And what does a small creature like you even offer to us?
I will cast. What's the name of this shit? I will cast a flaming arrow into the piece of metal he's working right now. Well, myself, I am very good with some anima control. My men are very well trained in combat, and I see you are making preparations for combat.
So you fire
So-
you fire your arrow into the piece of metal he's working, and
Yes.
hits it and sends that piece of metal flying through the hut.
Wait, what?
You shot his metal with you know, a flaming bolt. It's not gonna
All
just
right,
stand
no,
still.
wait, that is not what I wanted to. It's a flaming arrow. It should just heat up the.
No, it's a bolt of fire.
Yeah. Oh, it is a fireball. Never mind. That is not what I wanted to do.
Do you want to
is there?
retcon that?
Yeah, I want to retcon that. Is there a way to like just heat up the piece of metal?
Hmm. Let's see. Let's take a look at your character sheet. What stats you have, and what can we use? I would say you would have to make an anima control check.
My anima control is like 105.
No, that's success rate. That's spell success.
Okay.
Anima control for you for this check would be 6.
Oh yeah. How do I roll it?
Slash roll.
Okay.
So you kind of just reach forward, concentrate on the little on the little flat bit of metal that he was hammering on a few times, and you kind of focus your might on it, you focus your mind, and nothing happens. And he kind of just stares at you awkwardly.
Fucking damn it.
Honestly, what you are doing is a bit foreign to you. You don't feel like you've ever tried just doing this before. And the whole material of metal is alien to you. in a sense. Actually, the fact that they have metal and are capable of working it is also alien, as far as you know.
Is it? Do I not
Yes.
have like any idea of how? Like I know they are working with like iron or steel or whatever because they are actually hitting the bars. But I mean, bronze or copper casting requires heat, so I
Yeah.
may know about that.
Um, you may be. Yeah, well, bronze, from what you know, is the Legion's metal of choice. However, you haven't come across anyone but the Legion capable of using bronze. The village, Sparrow's village, they don't use any metals. A lot of what they use is either wood or bone or teeth from much larger creatures. So it is kind of alien, especially iron, which is probably a substance you've never actually seen before, or at least you don't remember having seen it.
All right, then I guess I will change my speech a bit. Would you be interested in some material like this that we have come across? It might be of the same or maybe a little bit like maybe the same quality as this one.
You have metals.
Yes, but they would require some work on them because they are kind of big pieces.
He thinks about it. Fresh materials would be good, but that still does not offer me answer to how you would do something about our strife. You are not Legion, but you know of them, correct?
We mostly fight them, yes.
Mm-hmm. Do you know what's happening here in the village?
At the current moment, no, I had no information previous to coming here. However, I could assume you are in preparation of combat, most likely against the Legion or maybe against the other creatures that we've seen around.
I prepare for combat against my own father. He spits on the ground as soon as he mentions his father. Town, village, tribe, whatever you call, split in two. Father
Uh-oh.
thinks the Legion is the way to go. And if we fight them, then of course we must fight Legion. And their emissary, who keeps knocking on my door from time to time, he is not to be trifled with. So, if you can convince my father to turn against the Legion, sure, that would help. But we still have Legion to fight afterwards. And unless you and your people are going to fight both my father and those who support him and then fight the Legion, then, well, that is another story. It's a successful one, I'm sure. He shakes his head. Where is your metals? I am curious as to what they look like and how much of them you have. They will surely help the war effort.
They are outside where I came from, by the river.
Yeah. He points to a couple people. Take her back to wherever she's from and bring back whatever she has. And a couple of guys say, they kind of open the door for you and kind of let you lead the way.
I nod at the guy and then continue the way back.
Okay. You travel back to the river. You get escorted across the river. And you take them to the tree line?
No, I tell Dirge to bring 2 of the weapons. Or 3.
Dirge?
Yeah, what's up?
I mean, Dirge and his men and my men to bring 3 of the weapons.
Okay.
Yeah, the weapons we got, like the chains and shit.
Yep, the chains, the torture rapiers, the meat hooks, all those big things.
I also tell Dirge, I whisper to Dirge to, if he sees Perseus, to keep him very well hidden from the people in here for now.
Ooh, that is a good point. Okay. You guys bring the weapons out from the tree line and present them to the 2 men here. And yeah, they're definitely awestruck by what you have just presented to them. Do you wish to return to Spearmaker with us?
Sure.
How are you gonna take? Are you gonna take them across with your men, or?
I will ask them if they want to carry them. I mean, they seem larger than me and my men, so they probably need less people to do it.
They're about the same size. They're just very capable swimmers.
Okay.
Yeah,
then, yeah, I could take
they'll
my men.
call over a bunch of guys actually, and they'll
Yeah.
ferry these across the river, and ferry you as well. And you can return to Spearmaker. So you arrive in Spearmaker's like workshop, and this large twisted rapier thing is just sort of taking up the space in this building, and he's kind of just looking over it like, yeah, that's a lot of metal. He hasn't said a word, but he's just looking. He's like, wow, that's what you get. That's the feeling you get from him. He turns to you. How you get this? How do you get this?
Well, we have a stash of them. We have more of them. Where those come from? But right now, this is what we could get here with the few men I have.
See, how much do you have in the stash, or do you have any more with you?
I have 2 more pieces with me, but I could probably say about 7 or 8 more in the stash.
Might be difficult, but we can probably smelt this down and make even stronger weapons. Will definitely help with the war effort.
I could also notice that you are working with fire. I can control anima, and well, make fire.
You are a sorcerer.
Yes.
That is rare in these parts. Hmm. See you what? Come back tomorrow, and you will have my answer on how to move forward.
All right.
Or if you wish, you can stay in town somewhere. I'm sure you and your men would not want to march back to wherever it is you're from.
We are okay camping by the woodlines. Don't worry.
Well, keep an eye out for the Legion. They still stuck around. If you hear the heavy hoofbeats of a beast, a marsh dragon, say your prayers, for that is the stalker.
What's the difference between a marsh dragon and a river dragon?
River dragon is old one eye. A marsh dragon is the thing that you fought when you first got to the swamp.
Okay, so one eye is like about the same size.
I think one eye's bigger
Okay.
in general. One eye is very big himself. Marsh dragon's bigger than Lucky, but smaller than one eye.
Okay. I wouldn't worry about those. I've seen them before. They are not that bad.
Well, it is no, the marsh dragon is not what to worry about. It's the one who rides him.
Is it a legionnaire?
It is an emissary of the Legion. This corner of the swamp is controlled by Stalker Ivan. He is expert marksman, never misses.
Ah,
You would be wary to be seen by him.
well, we will keep quiet
Very well.
during our camp. Alright, I nod at him and see you tomorrow.
He nods back, and you are on your way.
Alright, basically tell my men and to make camp outside in the woodline. I tell Dirge what happened, what's the situation and everything like that.
Mhm.
Are the other two guys here or not yet?
So does he want more metal? Because we still have like that big ass piece of.
I mean, we still have two in here and we have the whole stash back in the middle of the map.
Yeah.
Not for now.
Okay. Felix and
So
Perseus.
so I want to ask. So this father of the Smithy, like, where does he live? Did they tell you?
I did not ask, but I assume it's north of where they are, since well, I've seen most of the zones they are in, but I haven't been north. They also mentioned Legion emissary. What was his name? Ivar the Stalker.
Yeah, Ivan.
Oh, Ivan the Stalker. Probably be cautious about that, and yeah.
Okay, now Felix and Perseus.
Felix is dead.
Good.
Fucking ran across the Eldritch Terrors again.
Yeah. So you guys are crossing this bridge, right?
Yeah. We're on our way down, I think.
Yep.
Yes.
There's some movement.
You're crossing this bridge, and as you do, think you see in the distance a firelight. You're like midway across the bridge at this point.
Oh no.
Yeah, right there.
A nucleus.
You're midway across the bridge as you see the light of a fire around here, approaching in your direction.
Can we tell who that is?
Yes, you can see illuminated by the flames is a beast from beyond.
It's so fucking overpriced. Not again. Felix. Is that the same one?
Could be. Could be a different one. They all look the same.
A head count would be nice. Can we tell if it's similar to the other ones? Remember there were two types that we were fighting?
Yeah, they all kind of have. It's difficult to tell because they're all very non-uniform in their shape and size. However, at the pace that you're moving, you could probably get to the trees and hills before it even gets to the bridge.
Okay, let's do that.
And
then.
we know it's coming from the direction of the Legion camp, right?
Yes.
Alright. That's suspicious.
By the time you guys get to that point, you'll notice. By the time you get into the trees, it'll be like just approaching the bridge. And then you keep on going. It's like this.
I like how you sent another one. We're like, will they fight it again? Are they that stupid? And I really did consider it for a second there. I was like, it's only one this time.
I was trying to figure out a way to goad you into doing it.
It actually almost worked. I was like, well,
It's holding a big sack with a giant S on it with 2 lines through it.
I mean, that takes us to the asylum then. We can go fight Cage Man. Some say cost.
Okay. Morning comes for you and Kalikova and Dirge. Felix and Perseus have yet to arrive. It'll take them another amount of time that I have written down. Totally written down, 100%. Kalikova and Dirge, what are you guys up to?
I would like to ask the dragons if they are up for some Legion hunting, or would they rather stay away from conflict?
Lucky looks at one eye, and one eye's like, do we get to eat them?
You can do whatever you want with them.
Oh yeah, let's find some Legion. And then Lucky looks at you and nods his head.
Perfect. Would you like to follow me today to meet the chieftain of this village, and then we can go find some Legion?
Well, if it won't cause any trouble.
It shouldn't.
Hmm. I like that certainty. Let's go.
Let's go.
Okay. I suppose you are riding him across this river?
No, I'm waiting for the guards.
Okay. Yep, you wait there. The guard over here at this post will notice you and he'll send for someone. They'll come. Like, are you ready to meet the chieftain again?
I nod.
Okay. They'll take you across the river.
Now this time I ride the dragon across the river.
Okay, this time the dragon comes out of the tree line. These two men, the color in their faces disappears. They're now white as the driven snow as they begin to shit themselves. As this gigantic river dragon just slowly stomps out of the trees. Stops right next to you and lowers his head so you can climb on.
That should send a message.
Yep. As One Eye passes by, he nods at the two gentlemen and then hops into the river and swims across. They will not respond. They don't know how to. They know that you are a sorcerer, and now that you have a gigantic river dragon with you, they're not sure how to feel about this. But you can go and ride One Eye all the way to the chieftain, who will also have the same response of not knowing what to do about this. What do you say?
Well, the day has passed.
Day has surely passed. You did not tell me you have a penchant for taming the Battleborn.
Taming wouldn't be the word I used. It's more a friendly relation.
I see. You intend to fight the Legion with that?
Well, they are up to some fighting, so yes.
And, Well, this does make things look much more favorable for us. Do you have, never mind. We managed to break off a piece of this metal and get it into the forge. And it is, nothing like we've ever worked with before. It is, much more difficult to smelt and shape, but once we get this right, he hands you a spearhead, or a javelin, and attached is a very shiny spearhead, very unlike the iron ones he was working on earlier. It is a much more fanciful product, sharper, harder. It's definitely nothing like the Legion has.
Agreed. So this is what I bring to the table. Now I told you I was looking for a smith, and you've proven pretty capable by working this metal. I would like to. well, after we can help you out with your conflict here. We would like a set of weapons for our men.
Well, can definitely do that. If you get the Legion off our backs, suppose an alliance is in order.
That would be no issue. However, I would like to not come in between your people's issue. I would rather eliminate the Legion that is behind the other side of this. So, if you have any idea of where they are, we could go hunting for them.
Well, the Legion have a small camp south of here. You wish to go find them, you would have to go through or around my father's people first.
Is their camp close to your father's people?
Yes, they've set up camp south. My father's people all reside south of the smaller river up here. You take this road, you'll find them.
So I'm guessing the peninsula there is where his father is.
Peninsula?
How do I think?
Just click and hold.
Okay, there.
No, those are still his people. He'll take you for a
he will be
walk.
right here.
Yeah. And he'll point out
And the Legion would be much southern.
Yeah. They're down south in their own camps.
Okay.
They show up every once in a while.
All right. I'll tell you what. We deal with the Legion. You deal with your father's people. However, I would like to have 1 or 2 units from your army to help me out.
I suppose that can be arranged. I imagine we should act at the same time. If we move against my father and the Legion are around, they're going to want to help. But if you move against the Legion and my father's people get word, they're going to go help as well. When do you plan on
at the same.
making your attack? Or at least
probably tomorrow morning.
Tomorrow morning. I know that the Legion come every once in a while to speak to the man, and then he comes to harass my men about joining them. That might be the most opportune time. Why don't you...
Wait, so I'm with them, right? Or am I too big to be with them?
You did not come. You probably could have, but
Okay. I'll hold on to it.
okay. Why don't you go talk to your people about addressing an ambush? And I will see if I can figure out whether or not it's time for Ivan and his men to arrive. They come like clockwork. once in a while. Should have been in a few days seen them last. Should be soon that they arrive again.
So you are proposing an ambush to Ivan in here and then move south
No,
to deal with the rest?
approach him as he's about to cross the river into town. If you cut off the Legion from joining my father's men, I will push south into my father's men to prevent them from reinforcing him.
Ah,
It will be
okay,
a war on
that
two
sounds-
fronts, with two separate armies at each front.
that sounds like a good idea. Okay, I will be talking to my men and we'll see you in a few hours. Give you an answer.
He nods his head, lets you go,
I nod back.
and people make way as when I start strutting through town. You join up with Dirge.
I ask their chief the cat and the traitor are not back yet.
Nope, they're not back yet.
That does not bode well. Can I send my units to like explore by the river and the bridge if anyone is nearby?
River at the bridge. The river at the bridge on the overworld map.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can send some units out if you want.
All right. And I will tell Dirge about the plan to ambush the Legion down south. Cut reinforcements to both places and basically deal with that Legion camp nearby.
What if we make a deal with their father first, using the rest of our metals?
Do you mean like strutting into town with his father and just talking to him? I mean, you could do that. I do not know how many Legion people are in there, though. That might pass word about what's happening to the camp south. Hello?
Yeah.
Right, Val is throating a hot dog right now.
Oh no, the glizzy.
I'm eating a Pop Tart.
Uh-huh.
We've deprived them of Costco hot dog.
All right,
Will
wait.
sustain
What kind
himself
of
somehow.
Pop-Tart? What kind of
Chocolate
Pop-Tart?
chip Pop Tart.
I've never had that one. That wasn't the answer I expected. You get a pass.
You guys have your plan. You send out scouts to go see if Perseus and Felix are anywhere nearby. Let's see. Sparrow. He's here. Sparrow returns from somewhere. You don't know where she's went, but she is back now. You notice that she wasn't. You would notice that she wasn't with you when you went to speak to what's his name, Spearmaker. But she will tell you that there are plenty of men, plenty of soldiers, all up and down. Here and here. Including the chieftain, who also seems to spend his day doing the exact same thing that the sun does. So if you look over here, there's guys. If you look down here, there's more guys. All that. I should be doing the ping with the right one.
Any Legion units?
There are no Legion units in town, as far as she can tell. However, she has noticed that, as pointed out by these little dots, that some of these people are wearing a sign of their allegiance. The yellow dots are signs of allegiance to the sub-chieftain, Spearmaker the Lesser. And the red dots are signs of allegiance to the true chieftain, Chieftain Spearmaker. You'll also note that most of the town that is controlled by the sun, there seems to be a lot more farming. So, as you know, these guys are Predator. Actually, just about everyone that were informed of by Sparrow are Predators. They farm crustaceans and big bugs, and they eat that shit. That's most of the north, but down south, there's a lot of like weapons and armor. Like all the armories, all the well-stocked ones, all the high-quality armor and weapons reside in the south of the village, where the father has control.
I ask if she has approached any of those people to talk, or
No,
has refrained from
she
that.
has refrained from approaching anyone. She will tell you, though,
see.
that she has noticed that there are tracks down south that denote the presence of a marsh dragon. Maybe more than just one.
All right. Is there any news from my scouts?
Your scouts. Let's see. Roll the ever
They
so
found the
wonderful
ogre's
luck check.
village.
Your scouts do say that Perseus and Felix have been spotted pretty far into the woods. It'll take them a half day to get here. And that's as of night
Right
is
now,
beginning to
it's
fall.
like, oh fuck.
I thought Felix was an assassin, bros. How were we spotted?
I think there should be a change of plans. I will talk to Dirge about us doing the ambush to the Legion forces, so they don't get into town, but sending Perseus to make them go somewhere else, since he's wearing Legion stuff. What do you think, Pop Tart Giant? She's gone.
Well, what I think is, we can probably bribe the father with what rest of the metal we have. Are they also a blacksmith like their son?
That is also a good idea. Um, I will tell Dirish to go south with the rest of the weapons and try to bribe the father while I go tell the son to wait a little bit, that maybe not tomorrow morning.
All right. Do you guys split up now?
Does that sound good, Dirish?
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, I will split.
All right. You go speak to Spearmaker the Lesser. Dirge, you're directed to go talk to Chieftain Spearmaker.
Okay. How many pieces of metal do I have? I think I have like the 2 rapier
You
kind
have
of things.
the two weapons left. You have my men, and I basically only have the dragons and the ferry.
Okay. I will go and make my way to the river farmer, the blacksmith father, spearmaker. And where are they? Like, are they
He's down here.
down here?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll make my way that way. How long will that take?
It'll probably take a little bit longer than it takes for Krarakova to get back. But with all the people that you have here, you could make it there before like the next day. You can make it. It doesn't take long. But of course you're gonna be stopped. You're gonna be stopped as soon as somebody sees you walking around. Which will happen. Why don't you go ahead and move your character down to... Are you gonna... better question. Are you gonna go directly to town, or are you gonna try to sneak into it as much as possible?
I'll try and sneak into it as much as possible. With how big I am, I don't know how it's gonna work.
Okay.
Actually, hold on. Before I leave, are we able to talk with the river farmer's son?
Well, that's what Kralikova's doing, or has been doing.
Yeah.
Well, can I go with Kralikova and talk with the son and tell him the plan?
Sure, if you want to retcon a bit, I have no issue.
I mean, we're gonna be going now, like since you're going back, right?
Yeah. Wait. So let's retcon to where we were together. We leave the men here, and then we go talk to the son, right?
No, aren't you gonna go talk to the son right now with the dragons?
Yeah.
Yeah, then I'll go with you, and then I'll head down once I get like a proof of something that we are allied with the river farmers.
But wait, I mean, they are in conflict though. We don't want them. We don't want the south part to think we are allied with the north part. We just want both of them against the Legion.
Well, the thing is, which one is which? Are they the orange ones and then the red ones?
Yeah.
I mean,
The orange dots they're loyal to the son. The red dots are loyal to the father.
Ah. Well, I am just gonna go with the son then, or with Kralikova to speak with this.
all right.
Okay, you guys both arrive to Spearmaker the Lesser's workshop. What do you do? What do you say?
Greetings, all that stuff, and I like to tell him that we are maybe moving the date of the ambush a little bit? Oh
I'm
yeah.
going into battle, and I need your strongest spears.
Before I come, I want one of the scouts I sent to like get fucking Perseus and Felix into our camp, and do not let them away from that camp.
Yeah, so I want to
We're being
finally talk
detained?
to
What?
detained.
Bro, the way you said that. Fucking Armu's on edge. He's like, any military commander that's not me, fucking detain them right now. No Wagner shenanigans in my campaign.
Yes, your 2 scouts will stand by with a couple of sledgehammers. So what are you saying to Spearmaker?
So was it
there's
Belikova? Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
no. I used told him that we are moving the date a little bit to like one more day. Now you can tell your plan or whatever you want to talk to with him.
Okay, so I asked the son. I haven't talked to him like Kralikova has, but I want to ask him what the Legion is offering the father. Why do they want to join the Legion?
I would also present Dirge as one of my colleagues to the Spearmaker.
Kind is not common in these parts either, Midman. But as far as I know, the Legion is willing to provide more materials. They only provide bronze, but they say they know where to find more iron. But aside from that, I'm not sure what it is, but the Legion just has a sort of pool. A very oddly dominating and contagious sort of pool. The more people speak to them, and the more of those people speak to others, it seems they just become more infatuated with serving the Legion and their mysterious leader. I'm surprised more of your kind, as he points to you, Kralikova, and the small ones over there haven't fallen victim to them yet.
Oh, because we've been fighting them since the west, past the what is it?
Wait, don't we come from the east?
East.
Oh, east. Yeah. So we've come past the what is it? The void or
Great
whatever.
Wood, yeah.
The Great Void.
I can't truly say, like I said. I'm not fond of the idea of bearing somebody else's banner and going to war for them. But others here seem to have no quarrels with that. There are a few in town. Not sure why they've managed to stay up here, but they too speak of loyalty to my father, though they don't speak too loyal of the Legion as of yet. Most of those ones have moved down the south. Do you say anything in response?
Yeah. So these ones that aren't still on the fence about being with the Legion, but still following your father. Are they able to be spoken to, at least reasoned with?
Well, they seem, They seem like everyone else. They kind of just, they're trying to convince the rest of us up here that my father's plans are always right. But, I mean, they speak like others, they talk like others. I know one of them has turned to my side as of late. Most of them work in, some of the bug huts, if you wish to speak to them, if that's what you're asking for.
I whispered to Deers that we would probably be better off trying to meet with the chieftain himself.
That does sound like a good idea. I draw a map on, like I ask him what the layout of the land is and which is the safest way to get to his father.
Covertly
I do
or
know that
directly?
they are covert.
Yeah, don't.
Well, what is like how do you? I ask him how would you like this to start, covertly or directly?
In terms of,
Asking me or him?
In terms of, I guess, their culture. This is their war, so we're just outside of it, asking them for help. So
I mean,
I'm just asking the son, like, how, like, I know Kralakova just wants to fight the Legion, but how are you gonna be fighting this war with your father?
aren't we always against the Legion? Isn't that like the literal
Well,
point?
yeah, but still,
uh,
I mean, I
go ahead.
I personally like. I should have told you this in one of the meetings after the meetings I had with this guy that I don't want to be in the middle of their war, but only deal with the Legion, which should like basically fix their war because they no longer have the Legion backup, and either one side wins or the other side literally just gives up. So it's more of a right now it's more of a can we convince both sides of like being against the Legion, which is what the Sun also like tried to do first. Because he wanted me to convince his father to be against the Legion.
but did you even ask the son what would convince his father to be with the Legion?
No, but you just did.
No. Well, now I'm gonna ask because apparently the lolly didn't ask.
I mean, you just did ask. They are giving him weapons, so if we give them better materials, they're probably gonna switch sides. It's always greed that gets into war.
Well, what's being asked?
Well, I asked him, is this a war of attrition or is it just a war, to make the other side convinced not to do it? I asked the son, is it like to wipe out the other side or, it is just something that's going on, like a conflict between interests?
I would say it is the latter, but as days go by, I feel as if those who are not willing to submit will be done away with. I would, and my men, would prefer to not bear the Legion's banner. And we will fight for that freedom. And if we are to die for it, then, well, so be it. We will die fighting.
I would like to ask the son if he wouldn't be against if we tried to convince his father to be against the Legion too.
You can try, but I am not sure he will budge.
Well, if he doesn't budge, the previous plan would still be up, and I would give you notice of when it happens.
Well, that can always work. It is you yourselves you are risking by doing this. So, what is the plan from here?
I mean, I whispered to Deers that we should probably try to convince the father with the rest of the materials we have. And then just like, if he is okay with it, with turning against the Legion, we just like destroy the camp south, which is gonna be kind of hard because there's one blizzards in there. But should be better with like both armies. In case he doesn't, we just continue with the plan of ambushing the Legion while the son deals with the father. And by the time we get back to camp, we should probably have the other two of us in there. Hopefully they're meant to. Surely. Surely the other two have men left.
Little did he know.
Little does he know.
Yeah. Well, we can always wait for the other two, see what they want to do. How long is the thing here?
We've probably been here for a couple hours, 1 hour. I don't know.
No, I mean, how long is this? Is there a time frame for this war?
About 48 hours. So we have 48 hours to convince the father, and if not, we ambush the Legion.
So I asked the son, is currently any legion in this territory right now?
There are no Legion proper, but I had to go a little ways south to find them. Beyond the village, at least.
Okay, then I will say I will lend my hand in this fight against into getting into your father's territory.
Oh
Then
yeah, out of character, is trading normal in this place?
Trade?
Yeah, like would you see like traveling merchants or stuff like that?
Not really. It's nothing you've really seen.
Okay.
As far as you know, it's sort of like Sparrow's village is practically subsistence farming. And in this village, it's not really subsistence farming, but there's a lot of agriculture going on here. But there's not a lot of trade. Like, traveling merchants haven't really been a thing as long as you've been here. Or as long as you've known, for that matter.
All right.
What are you guys doing?
We're going back to camp and then moving south, I guess.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. So you guys get to camp. Shortly, maybe like an hour after arriving in camp, Perseus and Felix will be led to camp by your scouts.
All right. I will ask them why is there only two of them.
We have our men with us.
He wanted to negotiate.
Actually, wait. Felix doesn't have men, right? He doesn't have any group.
No,
Felix
I know
does
the
not
cat
have
doesn't have men, but
I have most of my group with me. What the fuck do you mean?
do you?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was only 3 that died.
Okay, so he lost 30% of his group.
Not 30% of my group. What is wrong with you?
I said 30.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, that's fine then. Basically, I tell them what's up. I tell Perseus to not go east. He is allowed south since the Legion is allowed south, and the villagers probably don't recognize who he is. But if he sees Legion, he's obviously gonna die. Also, I ask him if he knows who the fuck Ivan the Stalker is.
Would I know who that is?
That is a good question. Give me an intelligence check. Go ahead and add 4 to it.
Why is it taking so long to parse my shit? Or did I already parse it?
Parsed.
Damn. God damn.
Sometime before the Hoplite recruited you, maybe like a month, maybe. You do know that a very peculiar midman was ascended into the rank of emissary. Or actually, I don't think it was called the emissary rank then, but ascended into the high ranks of the Eustitia's army. He made waves for how accurate he was with the bow, how capable he was at firing multiple shots with the bow, and all being able to do it while mounted.
Wait, this is a midman?
Yes.
Yikes.
I can hear the throat singing from here.
No, I can see the fucking Kralikova-sized arrows from here.
Is he
Can't believe
midman?
Moon died
Hold
in the campaign.
on. Yeah, he's a midman. Yeah, so you know that he's very accustomed to shooting arrows full, while riding on the shoulders of much larger beasts.
Alright. I passed that knowledge on to Kralikova. So run this by me again. We're gonna ambush the Legion and we have 48 hours to kill them.
Okay, so there's two ideas here. There is currently a civil war between the river farmers over here. We are in an alliance, sort of, with the sun. And the father is in alliance with the Legion. From what we gathered, the Legion is giving them better materials, better weapons. However, we have even better quality of materials and weapons, so we could offer that in turn for help against the Legion, basically. And yeah, just go with that. If they refuse, we would go with our previous plan, which was we, the Hoplite group, we ambush the Legion down south, while the son fights the father like north. So we don't have like so they can't reinforce each other.
Yeah. That sounds like a good plan. Should be doable. Out of curiosity, did you see any strange creatures on your way in?
Yeah, I think there was a fleshy one. Said howdy. Seemed very nice.
I'm not sure we ran across the same creatures. Felix and I ran across two beasts from beyond that had a human thrall.
No, no idea what that is. I
Then we
I
came
haven't
across
seen
another
those.
one. They're active in the area, not far from here. A
I
bit
mean,
north.
yeah, we have a whole stash of their weapon. We know they are in the area.
They seem to only stick to that path though, and one of them was coming down from where the Legion's main garrison was. So it makes sense that the Legion is equipping their people with better weapons. They have something to do with the beast from beyond.
No, they still are using bronze.
Huh.
The farmers have iron, but I think, I mean, this is a out of character assumption that the creatures from beyond use steel.
I don't. They really don't seem to need much of anything in terms of weapons. So who knows?
And you should
So
know about Legion weaponry.
I was talking about the beast from beyond. But
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, that's the plan.
Let me know. Let me know when we move.
We should probably move soon. We've camped for like 2 days here.
We've been trying to get here as soon as possible. We figured once we heard that you'd left in this direction, we figured we'd find you plastered all over the road.
Probably a good thing we didn't.
No, the road was pretty tranquil. Like we only saw that fleshy one. Very amicable.
Wait until you try to negotiate with one.
All right, so I guess we go south now.
Let's go. Time to fight
Also-
normal people.
Do we have any cloak to cover Persus armor?
Probably not.
I have the mark of the Legion and that horn. They very well might just think I'm one of them.
Yeah,
can
I
probably
mean
bluff it.
the farmers for sure they won't know who you are, but the Legion they know who you are. So the problem is if there's any Legion, actual Legion in that town, and they recognize you, it's fucked.
So we're just going to this town down here, right?
We are going in that direction. We're probably gonna be stopped by one of the patrols that like are like everywhere. So you should probably take your men and go like around.
I was gonna ask, what's the most subtle path to take south?
I think for you it should probably take Lucky and like go across the river and then like go down here across this forest.
Lucky.
Yeah.
Who's lucky?
That guy, I point at Lucky.
Kralakova points at a rather small river dragon. Still quite big, though. He is about as long as Dirge is tall.
Can he carry like 10 people?
I
Big.
mean, he can probably carry one by one.
He could definitely
Poor
carry you
guy.
guys two at a time.
All right.
There's like
Sounds like
7
fun.
of you.
How will he? How are you gonna signal us if we need to go and just kill everyone?
If we are gonna come to you either way, so just make camp and we will find you. Just don't be too obvious because they have a marksman among them and they might track you down.
The throat singing intensifies. Feel a chill on your back. So we'll just go down to that bit of road there, somewhere around here. Maybe we'll send Felix across the bridge. But that's our plan.
Wait, can you mark again?
Down here, so we're across the bridge.
You go across this river right here, and then you go south and like camp over here.
Yeah, I know, but I was gonna crack closer over here.
I
We
mean,
won't be in line of sight. There are a couple. Aren't the squares at least a few hundred feet?
I
Or
mean
100?
they are, but I would rather have you in like that dense forest.
Isn't this all forested anyways?
I mean, it is, but it's more clear than dense forest. Also, this guy is like the size of Dirge and is mounting a fucking giant Komodo dragon. Like he has line of sight, at least above a few trees.
All right, fair enough.
And you also have a fucking giant dragon with you.
He's coming online. I thought he'd stay in the river.
I mean, he can do what he wants, but he probably better to follow you.
All right.
Right, so that's the plan. We move to the chieftain's thingy.
Okay. You guys head south, split into two groups. One of you being ferried across the deep end of this river, the others going across the hills and onto the road. I believe the bot needs to be. Wow. Did that entire thing. Okay. Kralakova and Dirge. You guys.
Wait, which way is the cat coming with? He can choose.
Yeah, that's a good question. Felix,
Hello,
are you going with Perseus or are you going with Kralakova and Dirge?
Perseus.
Alright.
Can't leave the potato by himself.
I do what I want, John.
Alright. Kralakova and Dirge. You guys are approaching this little guard camp here. And you will notice that, unlike the north side of this town, there is a palisade wall set up on the south side here. And right here, where this trio of soldier squads are, is a gate. You approach the gate, correct?
Yes.
Okay. The guards point out to you. You there? What are you here for? What is a small man like you wandering around here for? And
Uh, I will basically give the same response I gave the other guy. I'm looking for some smiths, and I was told you guys were the best around.
we are well renowned for our ability to smite iron into usable tools. Uh, what do you offer? Do you have anything for us, or?
Of course, I would be willing to trade some material that seems pretty good quality with you for some, well, work on that said material.
Get about the same thing that happened up north will happen down here. He'll send a guy off. The guy will come back. They'll oblige. Is it just you who's down here? Or do you have your men? Do you have any of the items in tow?
I will use drag one of these swords with my men.
Okay. They'll
The
escort
dragon
you.
and deer should keep hidden.
They'll escort you into town. They will bring you down to there. Yeah. Well, bring you actually to the chieftain.
While I'm walking, do I see any legion, like actual legion armors and stuff like that? Badges.
You don't see any like marks. You don't see the marks of the antlers with the eye.
Yeah.
You don't see any of those, but you do see that like these guys have fashioned their own sort of like legion badges. They have the same color of red and gold. And you do see it's not as well put together, and it's in a different kind of metal. But you do see that here and there are racks with that like Roman Lorica segmentata armor, but it's made from iron instead of bronze. And you'll also see some weapons here and there that are also made from iron instead of bronze. And they look much more in Legion fashion. So Gladius is Gladii, I forget the longsword's name. Spears, pylons, all that. And when you get to the workshop, it's not just the chieftain who is off in the center on a large forge with a large anvil at its side, but there are plenty of men here working on their own weapons and armor, as opposed to the lesser spearmaker who was just him. And I suppose I should drop this dude's token in there. He stands upright, wipes the sweat off his brow, takes a look at you. So what is the thing that you have for us?
I motion my men to present it to him.
And what is this? Is this one of the rapiers, chains, or meat hook?
It's one of the rapiers.
Okay. He looks at it. That is one of the devices that the beasts from beyond carry, isn't it?
I nod.
How'd you acquire such a thing?
We have our ways.
So I take it you found it. You don't seem like the type to fell a beast from beyond.
I just smile at him.
Hmm.
Uh, would you mind talking somewhere more private?
He looks around, kind of claps his hands, and tells everyone to go on break. He nods at you. What is it that you wish to know? Or what is it that you have to speak to me that's so important?
Well, I have, I would say, pretty large stash of these weapons right here. However, I see that you are allied with some people that I don't really agree with. So here's the idea. I bring you these materials. However, you uh, help us in dealing with some problems down south. Does that sound okay with you?
Are you asking me to betray the Legion? Those who would grace us with their presence?
Grace is not the word I would use for being in contact with the Legion.
Do you know that before the Legion arrived here, we're going to lose our home to the beasts? Legion drove them off.
Well,
Can you offer the same?
I can, absolutely. When I say I have a large stash, I don't mean I found a large stash.
I'm going to have to ask you to make me a diplomatic wiles check.
Oh no, the speech check.
Fuck.
At a -2.
God damn it.
Why is it -2?
This man doesn't believe a smallman.
That's classist.
A non-Predator smallman earned these weapons.
Right, that should be a +2, right?
You're telling me a shrimp fried this rice?
No, an egg did.
He shakes his head. It's like, I don't think that someone with your stature is capable of fighting off one beast, let alone 10.
Oh, I am definitely not alone, and I could prove to you that I am qualified to fight. What would be the... Actually, I would just cast Immolation on myself.
Immolation.
Burn this village down, bitch.
Yes.
Sure.
Try me, bitch. I'm gonna burn your village down.
Why don't you read Immolation for us?
Surrounds yourself in a veil of flames, dealing... I will stand 11 feet away from the guy. Dealing 1d12 fire damage to all creatures within 10 feet of you for up to 1 minute.
Yeah. Alright, you set yourself afire. The flame starts to look at anything and everything within 10 feet of you. Everything flammable in this kind of wooden little workshop.
Can I also like cast flaming arrows, but just like have them up for show? Like just have the fireballs around me.
You cast flaming arrows and don't let them loose, so they just sort of, muff into existence and then fizzle out.
Yeah.
He jumps back. You can see his fear. There's fear on his face. A sorcerer you are. Sure your magic could fell many of my men, but convinced you could fell a beast with just that. Parlor tricks. What assurances can you give me that you can actually deal with one of these creatures?
Would you
Don't we
like
have like
me?
beef jerky of the first
Actually,
thing of the night?
can I send my men to like get Dirge and the dragon? Or preferably Dirge mounting the dragon?
He'll allow it.
Okay, so my men will bring one of my colleagues here. And yeah, you will see when you see it.
He allows your soldier to go and fetch your colleague. Dirge, I assume you just say cool and go. When the guy arrives asking for you to ride One Eye into town. Dirge.
Give him a second. He's throating something else right now. He's out of glasses.
Just can't separate this man from the Costco. Let's just say the answer was yes. And in some time, Kralakova, you'll hear the beating of gigantic footsteps as the river dragon comes rolling into town. People are practically sounding the alarm as the chieftain here steps outside to see a midman riding a gigantic river dragon into town and into the river. And then up to the workshop.
Alright, can I pet One Eye?
Yeah.
I pet One Eye.
He chuckles. One Eye chuckles. How is this part of your sorcery? Are you controlling the beast?
I let One Eye do the talking.
No control here, just friends helping friends. This is insane. I mean, Legion can do this, but how does some middling smallman bear the friendship of a great beast and never seen Battleborn speak before? One Eye chuckles under his breath once again.
I told you before, I am not alone.
What would you propose us do? Do you wish us to simply reject the Legion's offer, or do you want us to bite the hand that fed us?
That is up to you, but
I would like to butt in.
Sure.
How about this? You bite the hand that feeds you, and you can take all the food. You can have all the armors, weapons that they that that they leave behind.
And also, you will have our side of the trade with you.
Legions.
We've already liberated several of the other city or several other
Villages around.
beach. Yeah, the other little villages around. Where are we? Like east or west?
They were west.
That was west, right? West, yeah.
The Legion's arms, while their designs are superior, their materials are worthless, in my opinion. And we grow plenty of
Yeah.
food here, though my son and his loyalists have that under control. And I'm not sure, though most of the men here are loyal to me, they were quite active about joining the Legion's side.
All right, out of character, can I recruit for the hoplite?
Yeah, I mean, that's kind of your purpose, I guess.
Okay. Well, I will tell him that the Legion is not the only. How to name it? Like big entity
Horse?
around here, force around here. I myself am part of the hoplite. We and my colleagues go around. Well, me and my colleagues go around, and we try to recruit more people into the hoplite.
The
We do
same
all.
hoplite the Legion speaks of. The rebel, the traitor.
I wouldn't call the hoplite a traitor.
The man who was once Legion.
That is. Was the hoplite once Legion?
Yes.
Would I know that?
Yes.
Okay.
At least, would you know that? Yeah, you would know that. Hoplite would have probably told you his whole story after recruiting.
Okay. So what if he got
Wait, say that again?
What is the hoplite story?
Hoplite story in short form was he was a regular soldier, and then somehow, some way, he became even better than all the soldiers in the Legion. He thought what he was fighting for was the best, you know? He was thought fighting for the Legion was the best that there was until he came across a harrowing scene of violence perpetrated by the Legion. He decided that's not the best. He fought against the Legion and started making his own sort of rebel, his own rebel group. Him, the Sorcerer, and the Demetrius. From there, once he heard that the Legion was moving west, he decided that there's just too much Legion to control in the east, so he's gonna move west, try to get ahead of them, and try to prevent their foothold. That's the gist of it. He now fights against the Legion as he once was them.
All right. Then I will just smile at his questions.
Smile at its questions.
Yeah. about the hoplite.
You don't answer.
I mean,
He-
I did say I wouldn't say he's a traitor.
Okay. Hmm. I will gather everyone and speak upon this. I cannot assure you that we will fight against them, but we may reject them if we feel as if you and your hoplite can provide us protection from the beasts from beyond.
I nod at him.
I call over my men and present him with the two weapons, I guess.
Uh,
Oh, did you
before
already
you
give
do
one to
that,
him?
I gave him one, but
Yeah, I'll give him the other one then.
I will whisper to you to do it like they used killed the beast and found the weapon.
That was what?
So yeah, Bal's men bring the other weapon, I guess.
Okay.
And I will just say that take this as a gift for now. And I will be in the outskirts forests.
He nods to. He'll tell you that he'll try to gauge how his people react, and if he doesn't say anything else after that. Do you leave now? Okay. Some time passes. You'll hear a commotion somewhere in the north part of this southern part of the village. And you'll notice a lot of people gathering from this as you look out from the tree lines. It's loud, but you can't really gauge anything that's being said. And let's see. Okay. The meeting ends maybe after like an hour. Everybody returns to whence they came. What do you do now?
I will approach alone or with Dirge to like the center of the city or the guards, something.
Yeah. They'll take you.
Actually, can we take Herod too?
Sure.
Right, so the three of us going there.
Okay. The three of you enter the chieftain's workshop. He is there alone. Nobody else is at work. He's sort of just sitting. He's sitting beside his anvil, sort of looks like he's thinking real hard about something. Not noticing that you've entered.
Right, I will just find somewhere to sit and just wait for him.
Okay. It takes a little bit, but eventually he he acknowledges you. It's not as if he just noticed you, or it's not as if he just noticed you right now, but kind of just cuts a glance at you. He's like, "Go ahead and speak." If he says that to you non-verbally.
Uh, so what is it in your mind right now?
Seems my supporters are almost as loyal to the Legion as I thought they were loyal to me. If I were to
Oh, no.
refuse the Legion, I fear I may have a rebellion at hand. And if I were to strike at the Legion, that might be an even greater calamity.
That uh, is okay. However, what do you think about ignoring the Legion for a couple days?
Do you mean to attack them directly yourselves?
Yeah.
I suppose if there were need to reinforce them, I can find a way to prevent a speedy reinforcement, but I cannot guarantee you that I can keep all of my people here for long.
What if I gave you a reason to be somewhere else?
And what would that reason be?
Well, I assume you have a conflict right now.
Yes, in the north with my son and his supporters. Are you saying that we should go? Are you saying that we should go and try to take their land?
Keep your armies busy. I wouldn't call it a take your land, but more of a defensive angle.
Are you telling them to go denazify the north there?
Special operations.
Suppose if I were to lead my men to believe that it was time to reunite our peoples, they'd be ready to jump at the bit. Of course, if a Legion horn blows in the south, they will not ignore it, at least not the truly loyal ones. Those who are truly loyal to me would probably see fit to stay put, but as I said, I cannot guarantee those those who covet the Legion's alliance more than they covet my sovereignty.
That's understandable. Yeah. If you could get your troops a little bit busier, that would be still okay.
When do you plan on attacking the Legion?
It will be soon, so in about 24 hours, maybe a little bit less.
I will mobilize the men tomorrow. Hopefully you and your people are strong enough to handle the Legion and their emissary.
Would you be willing to give us a little bit of information on the Legion camp south? Maybe some numbers.
Well, I have never been there myself. I do know that It's a sizable force. They did come here and kill some beasts from beyond. There are a handful of battleborn amongst them. Marsh dragons. And there are some of my men have already joined their forces proper. As for numbers, Yvonne rides his beast in here with its little cohort of 3 marsh dragons. And then he usually leaves a couple of squads by the bridges south. So I can confirm at least 20 men. 20 men and 3 dragons. No, 6 dragons. But if you want some more accurate numbers, you would have to do the scouting yourself.
That is good information. Thank you. And yeah, we will be parting now.
Okay.
Right. I need to send one man to like the sun to tell him that for him to distract his father's force tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
And I will go and meet Perseus and the cat with the rest of the boys.
Okay. Let's all assume you guys are now together.
We're back.
Yes, it is sunset.
So what happened?
All right. So the plan is there will be some distractions for the reinforcements of the Legion, but we will have to deal with the Legion alone. Well, do we get any units from the Sun?
When your man returns, he brings with him, let's see. He brings with him 4 units. 2 Peltas squads and just 2 Peltas squads and 2 infantry.
Right, perfect. I will.
You will.
Oh no, just who wants to like have the units under their command? Not Felix. Felix is banned from having units.
I look over at Felix.
Well, one thing to note that
Look back at
all of these
Bronco.
soldiers are Perditor. Perditor.
Oh,
So.
okay. I would then probably have Herod command them.
Okay.
All right. So basically, the plan is for Herod and his units, which is those 4 and his actual unit, to take on the camp while we take on the marksman and his dragons with our dragons.
All right.
I will ask our dragons if they are ready for some dragon on dragon violence.
One Eye replies, Marsh dragons don't taste as good as the snapdragons, but it should be fun.
You still get to eat the rest of the legion.
And they'd be even more fun.
And I will ask the fairy if she's up for some shooting. She's an archer, right?
Yes,
Okay.
I did not plan on coming out to fight, but if I have to, I do not see another way.
All right. So does Perseus know anything else on how this guy fights?
Did what?
On how
Perseus.
does Perseus know anything on how Ivan fights?
Nope. He knows only that he is a very skilled archer and he's capable from marching in horseback.
And this dude is useless.
The fuck? I'm like the strongest fighter here. How dare you?
So the idea is to disarm him.
Uh-huh. Disarm the
Which-
midman that's on a dragon wielding a bow.
Yeah. Basically, we just burn the bow. Clearly, the easiest part of all of this.
See about that.
Actually, do we know if Legion bows are made of wood or are they like strong enough to have like metal bows?
Aren't metal bows like very modern?
Well, composite are very modern and they use pulleys.
Uh,
So yes,
I
a metal
mean,
bow would need a bunch of pulleys and other shit.
those are carbon fiber bows, but no, actually, like just metal bows. Like
Now bows have the pulleys. Both do.
I know that
Like-
modern composite bows have the pulleys. But those are super
no,
modern.
yeah, no, I actually meant like long bows, but made of metal, which is like just a little bit heavier. Just give a more a better aim. But since he's a midman, he's probably strong enough to carry one of those.
Um, I don't. No, I don't think. I don't think metal. Like maybe like the handle like might have some metal on it, but most of it's gonna be wood.
Okay, so he uses a normal recurve bow, or short bow, or long bow.
Let me see what his character sheet says. Pretty sure. I don't know. Just metal bow sounds like it's way too much of a modern thing.
And it's a crossbow without the
Crossbows
gun
have metal on it, but usually isn't the bow always wooden?
No, the crossbow is metal.
A crossbow is 90% wood. It's mainly just the bolt tip and part of the mechanism for firing. Like, if you look at the medieval ages, there were no metal bows.
I mean,
It was
yeah,
like-
metal bows are more of a fantasy setup, so I'm asking in the fantasy setup are there metal bows?
No, like, the only time they actually came into real life was like the late 1700s.
What did Mongol horseback archers use?
Recurve,
Recurves?
yes.
It's probably recurve bow.
All right. So yeah, the idea is to disarm him, either get his quiver or his bow or his hand. If there's any stealthy boys out there wanting to get some hands cut. So yeah, that's basically the plan. We are waiting for morning and we ambush.
Why would we ambush at morning? Shouldn't we go now?
Actually, we wait until we see some movement in the village that they are leaving.
But what if the cat goes raid Shadow Legends?
But what if the cat raid Shadow Legends?
All right, can the cat raid Shadow Legends the bow? Can he steal it?
Yeah, he has to like and subscribe.
I
Would
do
that be?
what I want, John.
Is it possible for the cat to steal the bow?
I mean, there's nothing stopping him aside from getting caught.
Cat? Question mark. Peterfield, are you there? Professor Cat is dead.
It's better
Yeah.
that way.
Sorry, what did you say?
Would you be willing to raid Shadow Legends and try to steal the bow from the camp?
A Legion bow?
Or just like snap the...
But that's what we're talking about, the Legion bow, right?
It's a recurve bow. It's gonna be a gigantic recurve bow because it's handled by a midman. But yeah,
So it sounds like Felix dies. Just tell me where you need me to go.
Are you going to attempt it?
Yeah, it sounds like a terrible idea, so let's do it.
powerful.
Okay. Let's see. So,
All right, I will do advice before the morning. To my party.
the actual camp is probably down here in the woods, as you guys are now all here in this little wooded area here by the big old river. Felix, are you going to attempt
There's
to
a cat.
come and raid this here camp?
Please say the skill name completely.
Raid Shadow Legends, this here camp.
We are on the relevant combat for it, right?
Say again?
We are on the relevant combat for it.
Oh, did I not pull you off here? You're on the overmap, right? What are you talking about?
Well, because last time we went into like normal combat kind of stuff.
Well, it depends. So,
Yes, Raid Shadow Legends.
you want to... Are you going to go to this camp? That's what I'm asking you.
Raid Shadow Legends.
Okay, so you enter the camp. How do I... Forgot how I'm supposed to bring only a single player into the map.
Raid Shadow Legends.
How do I do that? It'd be kind of silly to show everybody. Oh yeah, that's right. I drag your name, so I gotta drag my spectate, and I drag Morgan. Cool. Do you see this new map, Morgan?
That's a lot of ground.
Yeah, this isn't what it's intended to be used for, but it's here. Felix, you are right. Actually, no, fuck it. It's here now. Felix, you arrive in this little corner here. And you're looking into a camp that's been cleared of all of its foliage, made for tents. Let us put these guys on token layer. Let's see. Grab this over here. And I'll just bring this one instead of using his. Technically, this is not a battle map. You got this big lizard chilling out over there, right? This Ivan doesn't count. This Yvonne is here nearby. You have these guys who should be a lot bigger. Well, this guy should be a lot bigger.
And that's a big ass dragon.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a little bit. Pretty sure it's the same size as the one you guys fought earlier. Yeah, this
Also, I can use the cook him.
big old Battleborn
Battleborn.
nearby. Just copy and paste. They're all just
That's a
kind
lot
of
of
chilling out
Battleborns.
in the same area. Most of them seem to just be like basking. Actually, yeah, most of them seem to just be basking in the sun. And you got a handful of
Wait,
legionnaires chilling over here.
When you say Battleborn, are those swamp lizards or are those actually humanoids?
Those are the Battleborn are like creatures, or
Okay, so
usually beasts
they
of some
are
sort.
lizards-ish. Yeah.
They're just like this guy. They're just smaller.
All right.
They're not as big. You got the Legion Paraditor hanging out with themselves, away from the non-Paraditor. And they're just, this is the camp right now. You see this large man over here in the middle? Pretend this little thing in the middle is actually like a bonfire of some sort. And all these small ones are circles of benches or trees. But what do you do, Felix?
This isn't Great Shadow Legends. This is actual shadow.
It was nice knowing you, my friend.
I was baited.
Fucking Val did bait you into like dying. God damn.
So who has the bow? Ivan?
Yes.
Is it on him?
I turn around and leave the camp. I do what I want, John.
Felix, give me a perception check or awareness if you're feeling like you can make it. Is that perception or awareness?
Is it awareness?
So you notice that most of these Battleborn are not conscious. They're probably sleeping. Most of them. The biggest one is very much awake, and he's kind of just chilling as Ivan is kind of lounging against him. You do see a bow, but the bow is not on Ivan. It's hanging from a pack on the dragon, Pogo.
It sounds like death. Like on a scale of 1 to 10, you get death.
You can always retreat.
Yeah, this, you know what? So it's on Pogo. Which direction on Pogo is it?
It is on Pogo's his right flank. So over here.
Okay, and who's awake? Just Ivan?
No, all the Predator and archers are awake. Also, not shown is that all these archers are 10 men each, and all these Predator are 4 men each. I also decided to split up the lizards into groups of 1 from their battlefield combat numbers of 2. So these are all 3. These lizards are 3. These lizards on the right are 3. These down here, this is 40 dudes just in this area. These are
Okay,
16 dudes.
so do you even have a stealth roll for this?
Yeah.
What's it under?
That is a good question. There was not supposed to be really stealthing in this game.
Okay, then I think the answer is fuck no.
Do you retreat?
How fast are Purgator? So assume you've seen them before. Would Felix be able to outrun a Purgator?
It depends
What
on
do
the
you
bird.
mean? Seen before? You literally travel with one.
Yeah. So how fast are they?
I mean,
Would Felix,
it just
would
depends on the
Felix go
bird.
to outrun on average?
Like I said, it just depends. You can't really tell unless you know what kind of bird they are.
Oh god, this is a terrible idea.
You know that Harad isn't all that quick. He's
Okay,
fast, but he's not
what-
super fast.
Let's try to sneak it legally diddly equally over here.
Okay.
While try not to make, noise or being way out in the open.
Okay. I suppose dexterity check, but your dex is halved. That will be our sneak.
That's a really low sneak.
There wasn't supposed to be a lot of sneaking in this game.
That's lower than awareness.
Well, using your
Yeah,
You made
it's so
it.
passive.
you get over here.
So if we treat it as awareness, that'd be a 10 mod?
What?
Because your awareness feels 10 with 19 perception. So it'd be 10 for the sneaking, so 28.
Well, awareness is rounding up, I think, which it shouldn't
Yes.
be. I made this before I knew how to make the numbers round up and down properly. By
It's
default,
okay, we all
makes it
believe
round
you.
up.
We believe you, John.
So what do you do now? You're here, and there's a big ol' Battleborn kind of just curled up, snoozing.
And it's over here.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we'll move over to here and see if Felix is able to see it.
Give me a perception or awareness check.
It's going to be perception, and that's going to pass.
Okay. Yeah, you can see there is a recurve bow sticking out of a fancy pack that is sort of hanging off, like a fancy saddlebag, just hanging off of the big guy.
How
Big
high
dragon.
off the ground is it?
What?
How high off the ground is it?
The pack itself, maybe like 10 feet off the ground.
Oh, this is gonna end terribly. These ones. These ones are all not looking kind of at Pogo, right?
They're what?
They're not paying attention to Pogo.
No, they're not paying attention to him, but they're awake. One of them's kind of just mulling about. The other one's scratching up a tree. This one here is actually kind of sniffing at the brush to the north of him, east of him.
Okay, one he seems occupied on this side. Let's try to sneak over to about here for the bow.
Hmm. Okay. You sneak up.
This is totally going to end well, PP. And the bow's 10 feet off the ground, like all of it, right?
Yeah, it's 10 feet off the ground. You'd have to jump up or climb up.
Okay. If we went here, would any of the Purgator envision or the troops see Felix from where, like, from Felix's viewpoint? Would he be in, like, direct vision of them?
You could be in direct vision of them now, just nobody's noticed you because they're busy amongst themselves. There's not a lot of stuff blocking line of sight in this camp. What you're doing is up to extreme luck, more so than stealth.
Okay, and the bow is just hanging in the path, like, if it's grabbed, it basically comes loose, right?
You can't tell. There might be a strap somewhere. You just see it sticking out of the pack.
And how tall is Felix?
Felix? How tall are Smallman?
Felix is around 5'8",
Yeah.
like in real life.
Yeah.
Bros?
And
Oh, what do you do? Why'd the music stop?
okay, let's give like a prodding kind of climb to see if we'll be able to climb on Pogo without Pogo now.
Oh no no no!
Wait, say that again?
Wait, that's actually a fucking terrible idea. How tall is the actual sack from the ground? Not the bow, but the actual sack it's on.
It's a large pack, so like it's a large. Think of saddlebags and just think of them a lot bigger.
Yeah, but like how close is the bottom of it to the ground?
The bottom of it maybe a little less than 5 feet.
Okay. Could Felix reach for it? And like
For the
grab
pack?
on the back?
You can definitely reach and grab the pack.
Yeah, that doesn't sound like a terrible idea at all. Let's try to climb on the path to get to the bow. Put in that cat-like pressure to use.
Okay, so you reach out to the pack and grab it. Correct?
Yeah, basically like, to try to climb onto it.
Okay. You grab the pack.
Because and slowly clamber up to where kind of the bow is and take a look under the flap to see if the bow is lodged on anything.
You grab the pack, and you slowly climb up the pack. Correct?
Okay, yes, and we're dead. I know. I'm fully
Well-
aware.
Why don't you roll me a luck check?
Oh, we're giga dead if I'm rolling.
That's why I stopped rolling. Ooh.
In one systematic, you could.
Roll me
be
another.
worse.
Roll me another D100. Okay. As you're
Okay, but I mean, it's good.
a little less than halfway up, you start to rise. As you hear a bit of that lizard hiss or grunt come from Pogo, and he gets up and starts to look around. Make me a make me a strength check.
That's a pass.
It's a pass. So it's a sudden jolt at first, but you manage to stay. You manage to stay on. What do you do?
Stay still for a moment to wait for Pogo to kind of settle down.
Okay.
Maybe it was just the wind.
He turns to the left a bit. Turns to the right a bit. Stops. Does that tongue thing. And just goes back to resting. His resting position.
Okay, continue working the way up to Zebo.
Okay. You get to the top of the pack.
And glance inside to see if the bow is latched on anything or kind of stuck.
Yes, the bow is latched on to like a leather strap inside the pack. It's like a, kind of like a strap holster.
Can it be reached from where Phoenix is?
More than likely, yes.
Okay, reach and undo the latch.
Okay. Go ahead and. Are you untying it? Are you cutting it? Are you being extra careful? Or are you trying to get it done quick and leave?
Trying to do it as fucking quiet as possible because Pogo is currently resting, which is a good thing. Resting Pogo means no dead cat.
So you're untying it then, right?
Yes, carefully.
Okay.
I'd
Give
like to
me
minimize movement.
2 D100s. Wow. So as you're untying
Could be
it,
better. Couldn't be worse.
as you're untying it, you end up sort of not tripping, but you know how we always have those like weird spasms sometimes when we're trying to be extra careful about doing something? And then we just fuck it all up?
No,
Yeah, that happens.
no, I'm not.
And you kind of like you're untying it and then you pull something a bit too hard and your hand kind of lets go, but your hand keeps moving and you end up like slapping Pogo on his side as you're about halfway through getting this thing undone. Pogo gets back up and he looks as hard as he can to his flank. Give me
Well, okay. To be specific, though, from where we're climbing on him, we're on like the back side of the path. Unless Pogo is extra efficient patrol the gate. Shit, run from the lizard.
what? You're on the middle-ish part of his flank.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah. Pretty sure a lizard can see his midsection. He stops.
Depends on the lizard.
Well, it's a giant Komodo. I imagine they can.
Yeah, they can.
Stops and he sees you. He does that tongue thing. What do you do, Felix?
As in keep direct eye contact kind of thing. I believe the plan is cut it and run.
Plan is what?
Cut and run.
Cut and run? So you're just gonna leave it?
No, well, cut the bow out and then just run.
Cut the bow out and run. Okay. What would a roll for this be? Give me an attack roll. Yeah, give me an attack roll. Beautiful. You could probably crit this off. Leather straps not too difficult to cut through. You cut it. You grab it. And you run. Hit me a D20 plus your initiative mod. Pogo got his. What is your initiative mod?
Mine's 3.
Yeah. Okay. You go first. You move. You run. Pogo, as he tries to get you, he sort of like flips onto his side to like crush you. But he's too slow.
Yeah, fuck you, Slowpoke. We're gonna 100 feet our way out of there.
Okay. Before anyone could figure out what's happening, you are gone.
With a lovely bow.
Alright. Congratulations. You
And
did not die.
Bring our Reaper bow back. Thank you for the lovely functioning dice. You know, we get the bad crits and then we get an apple half decent crit.
We're back.
If that wasn't a 20, that was like death.
Yeah. Well, could have finally been done with you. So, what is your guys' move from here?
So what does Felix come with?
You see Felix arriving with a large recurve bow, beautifully handcrafted, an exceptional draw strength. Even
Alright,
for a
powerful.
midman. So, what's up?
What time is it?
Time for you to get a watch.
It is approaching. It's approaching evening. No, it's approaching the afternoon.
Of the day after?
No, next day, same day.
Okay. We should probably all like hide around so we don't get tracked, and yeah, be very careful with your tracks because I mean, if he stole a bow, I can expect a party to come looking for it.
Alright, so you guys look to hide. Or look to lessen the traces of your existence.
Yes.
Let's see. Alright. You do hear a handful of what sounds like soldiers treading through the marsh. And they get closer for a bit, but then start to go in another direction. And they keep going in that direction. Do you continue doing this for the rest of the day, or?
Yeah, kinda for the rest of the day until morning.
Okay. The next day, you will notice that there is movement in the southern part of the village. People are moving towards the north.
Alright, I tell everyone to get ready and let's scout the Legion camp.
It's time.
Also, would I know if swamp dragons like cold or not?
Gold?
Are they like cold? Like,
Cold.
are they cold-blooded creatures?
They are indeed cold-blooded.
Okay. But I don't have any fucking ice spells.
Okay. Um.
It's time.
It's time to move. Is there any point where we can see the camp and like figure out who's in there without like being seeing ourselves?
Felix would probably have some knowledge of that. Yes.
Got
However, I guess I want to say this. Attacking a camp is no longer battlefield combat. If you're going to attack the camp directly, then you're going to be doing it in personal combat.
We can still use battlefield combat in personal, right? I think we changed that.
I think it was the opposite.
Yeah.
Fuck. Wait, how is attacking a camp not battlefield combat?
Because camps are small. Battlefield combat takes place over a large region.
Okay.
Like, battlefield combat could happen on this map here, but on the camp that Felix is just in, that's personal. That's why I
Wait,
made
are you
more
sure?
dragons.
It was the other way around because I think we got there because I used battlefield combat in personal combat before.
I know that we made something to try to.
Yeah, I think it was
Reconcile that.
battlefield in personal because makes sense.
Well, battlefield skills imply that more time is being taken to cast it or to do it. I think I might have just let that one slide and said for the future, personal can be used in battlefield. Battlefield can't be used in personal.
Oh yeah. That was what it was. Yeah, I remember now. Okay, that's fine.
We also only got like 25 minutes left. So if you guys are gonna start a fight now, it's kind of gonna be like, hey, we killed 3 people. See you next week.
Or
Like, hey, you guys got fucking total party killed. You suck. Go make new characters.
I mean, maybe see you next week.
Yeah. So
Yeah, it's a good cutoff.
yeah. So for next week, which there will be a next week on time because everyone will be here. Not at Costco.
I'm sorry, I have to.
Not
I
asleep.
have to find these Draenei. I have
Yeah,
to
guys.
find Draenei. There's no way.
You know, I gotta get that $1.50 hot dog.
It actually depends if my camp gets Raid Shadow Legends or not.
Oh no.
No, we're not going to be out programming the next false flag attack for Vladimir.
Who did this false flag? Who was it?
So, just to
Wasn't
be
me last week.
extra sure of what you guys are going to be doing, you guys are going to attack the camp, correct? The camp that Felix was just at?
Perhaps. Yes.
Okay. And this game wasn't necessarily made for this. You're taking Lucky One Eye and Sparrow?
Yes.
Okay.
Worst case with you, it's for food.
Did not hear a single thing you said.
Worst case, we eat Sparrow for food.
She's very small, not enough of her.
Yeah, it'll work.
Okay.
Sure.
So next week, we show up, we scout the camp, we attack it, you guys die, we move on to the next game. Correct?
I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think we die, but maybe.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind for when I have to alter some numbers here and there to make this more proper. Well, this should be fine.
More proper dead.
Yeah, more proper dead. I just
All
need
right,
these
boys.
numbers
Roll sanity.
here. Fail.
Damn, you lose the 1d4. Roll a 4.
Where are my d4s? I rolled a 4.
All right, you lose 4 sanity.
Yeah, I need to make my character. I have no clue what the fuck I'm doing.
You just read the URD.
Okay. I'm turning this off.
All right.